Cool. Well, welcome to another episode of Possible Pictures, sponsored by Redding, and I'm here with Matt Doherty of EXTE. Matt, thanks so much for seeing you again. Of course, the last time we recorded, we were in Cannes. Now we're in sunny Miami. We pick good locations, don't we?
Yeah, exactly, we do. And I appreciate you pronouncing it with the proper Irish last name pronunciation there, the Doherty.
There you go. Well, I'm glad I got it right. There's been some tough names this week, so I'm glad yours right. But no, welcome again, of course.
It's good to be back.
Well, maybe if anyone didn't tune into our last video or doesn't know about EXTE, could you tell us a bit about you guys?
Yeah, we're essentially the best way to think about us is we do pretty sophisticated supply side curation. So we have a bevy of different signals, data signals that we've built optimization intelligence utilizing.
Yep.
Have fed a series of sort of algorithmic layers that exist within our technology to make decisions that are based off of outcomes that are the outcomes that matter most, media-based outcomes that matter most from marketing and branding clients. So think a complete of a video, a click on an ad, a site visitation. There's a myriad of different signals available to you from the publisher side or from the supply side that will help inform or indicate a tendency or behavior that will better qualify your ability to achieve that outcome. So what we've done is we've aggregated all of that data from the supply side, made sense of all of those different signals, and then essentially translated them into what ultimately ends up being a prediction. And that's how we curate supply. So if you come to us and say, we want to run you're a media client, you say we want to run a campaign that is going to drive a high click-through rate or a high completion rate, high conversion rate, whatever it might be. What we do is we work backwards from that KPI or outcome. We use the signals that we've ingested and over the 10-year history of us sort of sifting through those signals and doing trend analysis and all that. And then we curate the supply for you that we've deemed with our technology is most likely to deliver that outcome.
Amazing. Well, that sounds great. Well, thank you for the listeners who didn't listen to the last one to know about it now. Now everyone should know about
Hopefully,
it, right?
yes. But we'll probably do this again in a few months and we'll say this again then.
Well, I hope so. And I remember last time you were talking about, of course, back in Cannes, there's a lot of AI that goes into your tech. And I'm sure that's just been evolving. I mean, maybe since we've last spoke, how would you say that EXTE has evolved since that time?
I think for us as a business, I mean, the most noticeable difference since we last sat down is just our own scale in the U.S. operation. We've sized up quite a bit since we were sitting down in, what was that, June of last year in Cannes. So the overall just operation size is bigger, but I think, more germane to your question around product and vision, the optimization intelligence that we used and have applied to the campaigns that we've run historically have been more media focused in nature. And there are steps that are required to be able to move beyond the media outcome into the business outcome. But that's our intention and our goal is to get our media clients to as close to that outcome as possible. And really to be able to transact on that outcome, not just optimize to it. So over the last, really since possible of last year, we've been in negotiation stages or into actual integration stages with a number of major, think of them as measurement and data companies that are third party in nature, but are measuring metrics that matter, business metrics that matter on behalf of advertisers and marketers. So think like, foot traffic lift measurement or brand lift measurement or return on ad spend or attention. Some of these metrics that can either be upstream or downstream that can be key indicators of how a business is doing, how a campaign is doing, and are going to ultimately be business outcomes that matter for an advertiser. So we've worked very closely with a lot of those data measurement companies to ingest, bring in their data, layer that in as another, essentially another dimension of data that's being applied with all the supply side signals we're already looking at and be able to do prediction based on the business outcomes, not just the media metrics like we've done historically.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. And, I remember saying to you with the team you're building here, you've assembled your Avengers. You've got a team out there.
We got all the Infinity Stones. That's right.
You do. Because, of course, it's a European business, EXTE. I mean, how's it been building the North American business, getting the brand out there? How's that been going?
We've been super lucky. I think anyone that's listening to this, anyone that's run a business or worked at an early stage business knows it's really all about the people at this stage. And we've just been so fortunate to get incredible people in the door who see the vision, believe in the product, are super well networked, are great human beings. That's incredibly important as well. Just approach the business every day with a great attitude and understand like, this is a build. This is something that we're not at the final stage of how this business is going to look yet, but we're, well on our way to building something really special. And they've all sort of raised their hand and leaned in to be a part of that journey, which I'm incredibly thankful for. And then that really is infectious. That energy is contagious. And so I think that's really helped us attract other great people by extension who, hey, I really respect this and this and this person, and they're over there. And what are they all about? And then that curiosity ends up leading to our opportunity many times.
Exactly that, isn't it? It's similar bit to what we're doing going on North American business. When you get people to buy into the vision, you know, it really is contagious, isn't it?
You need a North Star.
Exactly.
100%.
Well, look, as always, it's been great speaking with you. I mean, I'm sure we'll be speaking in the future again, be that Cannes or Miami or wherever else.
Yeah, it'll be somewhere warm. No, I mean, it seems like that's the only way we're going to cut together.
Too warm. That's the only thing. But I mean, maybe if we were to talk again down the line, is there anything else you think we'll be more focusing on? Like, will the industry be changing much, do you think, from here?
Yeah, without giving away too much, I'm a big believer. Obviously, you hear AI everywhere. You've done 30 of these. I bet you that's come up in all 30. Advertising is as it should be, embracing any type of artificial intelligence. And I think that right now we're at a really interesting crossroads where, and I said this to you before we started rolling, there's a difference between leveraging AI for utility and leveraging AI for cosmetics. And I think a lot of what you're seeing right now that it's being billed as true AI is maybe not quite. It's still AI, and you're still utilizing artificial intelligence, but it's maybe not. It doesn't have the utility that it quite could to really benefit workflows in the future. So I'd be really curious to see that paradigm shift from cosmetic to utility in these sort of months that will follow, and what implications that will have on the business. We're working on a few that I'm not going to reveal right now. But I'm sure we're not the only ones, and I'm really curious to see what else is going to be released out there.
Yeah, no, it's so true. And using AI is more than just changing your domain name of your emails to.
Like I said, we don't need another chat bot. Nobody needs another chat bot.
Exactly, man. Well, love to see you as always.
Thank you very much.
Time
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Appreciate it. Thank you.